and welcome to the last video in the 6-video series, where today we talk about refusal tapping. And what does that look like when we refuse to do something and we use tapping to help us get over that hump so that we can actually get it done? So before you continue, if you haven't done so already, please go into the comments. You'll see the link to my website that will bring you to my disclaimer. Give that a read, and also take responsibility for your own health and well-being as we go through this tapping today. So refusal tapping. The first time I came across refusal tapping, I wasn't quite sure what to do with it. And ever since, I have to say, it's become one of my favorite ways to tap. And I'll tell you, for me, why that's my favorite way is because refusal energy for me feels like I'm that 2-year-old having a tantrum. No, right? No, you're not going to make me do that. No, you can't make me do that. And I want to refuse to do something. But when we're little, we have to do it anyway because our parents make us do it. They know we have to get in the car because we got to go somewhere, but maybe I wanted to play with my toys more. And I feel as an adult like I still carry that refusal 2-year-old tantrum energy in a lot of the things that I do. And so the first thing that I ever used refusal tapping for was waking up in the morning. I wanted an exercise program. I knew that it would be good for me to get on my yoga mat first thing in the morning, yet my body and my mind refused to do it, even though I knew it was good. So I would get up and I would come to this room. I'd have my yoga mat lay down and I would sit on my yoga mat and I would say, even though I refuse to be on this yoga mat in this moment, I acknowledge that that's how I feel. And even though I'm refusing to be on this yoga mat in this morning, I know it's good for me, but I just don't want any part of it. I acknowledge that that's how I feel. And even though I just don't want to be on this yoga mat, I refuse to sit on this yoga mat and do my exercise. Like, you can't make me. You can't make me get out of bed at 5 o'clock in the morning to go sit on the yoga mat. Like, who do you think you are? And what I'm actually doing is I'm talking to this part of me that wants to get up and get my day going because I feel so good when I do. But this other part of me that has the resistance to actually getting up and doing what is good for me that's the part I'm talking to. I'm talking to the part that self-sabotages and that refuses, right? And so as I did that for like 4 or 5 mornings in a row, it got easier for me. And now it's not even a question. My alarm goes off. I hit my snooze for 10 minutes. I do my gratitudes for 10 minutes. And then after that, I get up, I get on my yoga mat, I do some stretches, some mornings, depending on what my routine is. So it's changed that refusal energy into wanting to do it. So it's refusal I'll explain it. For me, that's what it feels like. It's like this 2-year-old putting my feet on the ground, like, you can't make me do it. And so tapping through that resistance by saying, I refuse. I refuse is a big word for me. And so how could you use this in your own life? So for my clients who aren't sleeping, we have done lots, even though my body refuses to fall asleep on its own. I acknowledge that that's how it feels. And even though my body doesn't remember and refuses to fall asleep on its own, or my body refuses to fall asleep in my bed, you could use, even though my mind refuses to shut itself off, my mind refuses to be quiet. Because in reality, you want a quiet mind and you want your body to fall asleep on its own, but there's a part that's refusing that for you. And so talk to that part. So do the tapping on that part. And what I find with my clients and with myself as well is once we acknowledge that refusal within us, then it's just easier to do it. It doesn't change overnight. You might have to tap on the refusal a few times. The more you tap on that refusal, the more it becomes easier. So again, tapping works if you do it and not just once in a while, if you do it on a consistent basis. So if you're really trying to break a bad habit, or you're trying to get into a new habit that your mind and body refuses, use refusal tapping. What other example could I think? Even though my body refuses to lose this weight, right? You're trying to lose weight, you're doing everything right, but your body refuses to lose the weight. I acknowledge that that's what you're doing, body. And also clarity will come. Why is it refusing? Why am I refusing to get on that yoga mat? And sometimes you'll be surprised at what comes up. I refuse to get on my yoga mat. I know, because I knew that if I did, I would then feel good and I would be more productive in my days. Which you would go, well, that's what you want. But there was a part of me that didn't want to be successful. There's a part of me that felt it's easier if I stay and don't shine in the world. It's easier if I just keep to myself and I don't produce what I want to produce, because then I'm not afraid of being judged. And so a big part of not wanting to get on my yoga mat was the fear of being judged. And by doing the refusal tapping, I actually was able to come and find the core of what was stopping me. And now it doesn't matter. I get up, I get on my yoga mat, I just do what I have to do. So if you think that refusal tapping, if there's something that you're trying to do and you're just not able to do it, try refusal tapping. See what comes up, see how it can help you change your mind, get clarity on why you can't do it. And then give you answers. Should you do it? Should you not? So that's it. This was the final day. I really enjoyed this week. Thank you so much for listening to all 6 videos. If you have any questions, again, you can reach me at carol@tappingintosleep.com, or you can just go to my website. You can book your own optimal sleep assessment. Let me help you feel better. Until next time, bye.